Hello, everyone. In case you are just joining us, you're welcome to Junior Sub Webinar Series. And today we are going to have a very interesting guest. And before we bring in our guest, we want to welcome all of you joining us. Tell us where you're joining us from. And today's topic is one that concerns each and every one of us in the society. But sometimes we run away from it, we shy away from it. But it is a reality that has come to stay with us, that is living with us. And our topic today is the role of religious leaders in combating human trafficking. My name is Obehi Okweyabele. I'm CEO of Genius Hub. Genius Hub is a human capital development organization. Genius Hub has very many service divisions. We're into the creatives, we're into the ICT sector, where we are developing apps, where we do trainings, a lot of trainings on US UI. We do graphic design trainings and everything around the ICT. We're into community engagements. We are a skill tech organization where we run a lot of skill acquisitions in courses like video editing, product design, web design, and all that you can think of around that. So today, we are going to be having a very interactive session with the ED of JDPC, Benin City, Reverend Father Benedict Oumbenu, and he is going to be talking to us about the role of religious leader in combating human trafficking. This is Genius Sub Webinar. Our host, Isimeme White, is unavoidably absent because right about now, she's receiving an award from the Church of God Mission as one of the awardees for a lifetime award at their Balm of Gilead Center in Benin City. And so we welcome all of you who are just joining us. Very quickly, Reverend Father Benedict, can you turn on your...
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Turn on your video so that we can see our guests.
Can you hear me?
The organizations at the forefront of combating and fighting human trafficking, reducing its menace in the society, one of the major stakeholders in Edo State, in Benin City, and in Nigeria as a whole. And we are bringing one of those who are also at the forefront of fighting human trafficking with us, and JDPC. So he's going to be talking to us as a religious leader, as the head of his organization, and also as an individual who has done a lot in the space of combating human trafficking. And so we welcome Reverend Father Benedict Oumbenu. Father, can we see your face very quickly? Not just the face, he gave me a wide smile. So we are just going to be briefly reading the profile of Reverend Father Benedict so that we know who we are talking to today. Reverend Father Benedict is a highly dedicated and compassionate Catholic priest serving in the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City. One significant role, Father, he was born on the 18th of October into a family in Benin City, into a family of 7 children. Reverend Father Benedict's journey to the priesthood began with his ordination on August 17th. So he's going to be marking his anniversary. Father, how many years now?
11 years.
2013 to 20. 24, we can calculate that. By
11
His grace,
years.
Most Reverend Augustine Obiora Kubeze at the Holy Cross Cathedral, Mission Road, Benin City. Since then, he has dedicated his life to the service of God and to the community, touching the lives of countless individuals through his ministry. We have a lot here on Father Benedict. Father Benedict is a highly educated individual, having pursued his studies in philosophy at the Seminary of All Saints Uhiele, which is affiliated with the University of Benin. He furthered his theological education at the prestigious Pontific Urban University in Rome, where he earned a bachelor's degree in theology. In addition, his religious and social justice commitment, Father Benedict Oumbelu is a certified trainer in the Start and Improve Your Business SIYB program. And so we are going to be employing him to relate this topic we are doing today to business owners. How does this human trafficking affect our business owners? Because this webinar, we talk to our business owners for all the work that we do. This certification showcases his dedication to empowering individuals with the necessary skills and knowledge to succeed in entrepreneurship. Through his involvement in the ISYB program, he supports aspiring entrepreneurs and helps them develop sustainable businesses, fostering economic growth and self-sufficiency in the community. Father Benedict's unwavering commitment to justice and development is evident in all aspects of his life and ministry. He actively advocates for the rights of the oppressed and marginalized, lending his voice to those who are often unheard. His passionate nature and genuine concern for the well-being of others makes him a beacon of hope and a source of inspiration to others. He also enjoys playing golf, finding relaxation and joy in the sports. Prayer is an integral part of his life, providing him with spiritual nourishment and guidance. Moreover, he cherishes opportunity to engage with people, just like this platform that we are having now, fostering meaningful connections and building relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. In conclusion, Reverend Father Benedict Oumbelu is a remarkable Catholic priest who tirelessly serves the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City. His commitment to justice, development, and the well-being of others is truly inspiring. Through his role at the Justice Development and Peace Center and his involvement in various initiatives, he actively works towards creating a more just and inclusive society. Father Benedict's academic achievements, coupled with his compassionate nature, enables him to provide profound spiritual guidance and support to those in need. His dedication to his ministry, combined with his hobbies and interests, showcases a well-rounded individual who seeks to make a positive impact on the lives of others. And so we welcome our guest, Reverend Father Benedict Oumbelu. Father, you are welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Not be small things we don't read for your for your profile. Oh, your profile is humbling and it is a little bit intimidating. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so, guests, as we set the ball rolling again, today's topic is the role of religious leaders in combating human trafficking. Father Benedict, as an individual, as the head of an organization, you're very conversant with this topic about human trafficking. Can we start from the very basics? Human trafficking. What is it about human trafficking? Why the noise? Why the talk about human trafficking?
Thank you very much. Can you hear me very well? Hello, viewers. Please, if you can hear me, I would like to hear a comment that you can hear me. Can you hear me?
We can't hear you loud. Can you just increase
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello.
Much better now. We can hear you. Go on, Father.
Okay, thank you very much. So, human trafficking is a global scourge. It's a scourge that has affected lives and millions of lives, and it has subjected many to exploitations of different kinds. Human trafficking is a scourge that has eaten deep into the fiber of society and continues to eat deep into our society. It has brought about abuse, dehumanization, and people have gone through a lot just in the guise of being trafficked. And this is not caused by spirits, it's done by fellow human beings. And as a grave violation of human rights and human dignity. The issue of human trafficking is something that is, I can call it a multifaceted issue, and there are different approach to it. People can be trafficked differently and in different ways. And in this act of being trafficked, some may be aware, some may not be aware. Some giving to it willingly, and some are deceived into it. Some also are coerced into it. Then religious leaders, some are instruments of human trafficking too. And so the issue of human trafficking in our society has eaten deep into us, and man generally are agents of change. And the only way to stop human trafficking is first for everyone to be available to become agents of change to put a stop to this menace. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. You have said to us that it is a scourge. It is against the human right, and it has eaten deep into the fabric of society. We want to know whether it is only in this our society here that we are, or human trafficking is actually a global phenomenon.
Human trafficking is a global phenomenon. It's not just in Edo or Nigeria or in Africa. It's as old as humanity itself. You know, this morning I was watching a movie and I saw how a man collapsed on the way, thinking somebody will come to revive him. He was trafficked, sold into slavery. And so it's as old as humanity, yes. And every one of us, one way or the other, personally, I've had an experience with regards to human trafficking, and it's a global phenomenon. Till today, it's still being practiced. And I believe that so much can still be done in our world to make sure that the scourge is handled and taken care of. Because everyone who says it is a particular issue has made a mistake. It's not just a particular issue. It's not particular to Africa. It's not particular to Africa. It is a general issue that the whole world needs to work with and work on. World leaders have always talked about human trafficking. Religious leaders have always talked about human trafficking. Even the Pope 2 years ago had a meeting sometime in Egypt. And one of the issues that came up in that meeting was on human trafficking. So you can see it's a global phenomenon. And everyone keeps talking about it because solutions needs to be profiled, and not just profiled in academic gatherings, but actions need to be taken so that when you give academic solution, you match your academic solution with on-ground solution and take off from there. Because this day what we see is that people gather, give tons and tons of paper presentations and talk about how to combat human trafficking. And in most cases, what they say does not match the actions that follows. So I think we can begin with actions, not just talking about paper presentations, but then actions that needs to be done. Thank you very much, Obey.
Okay, thank you, Father. Thank you, because I belong to that school of thoughts that will not just have, we have very beautiful presentations and dissertations that people have done, and they are hidden away in archives in schools. And some of them are not very practicable, but some of them are. So, Father, now let's talk about some of those practical tips that we need to take, some of those actions, like you said, so that we will not just be doing what we have just said, oh, is one of the way and things that people are doing. We are not just academic people. You and I are people who are on the field. In fact, combating human trafficking is what I would say is our daily lives. Look at that example you gave just now from the movie, that somebody who was attacked, thinking he will find help, and the person eventually was trafficked. That's how rampant it is. Now, our topic today, let's speak to our topic, the role of religious leaders in this fight of human trafficking. As a religious leader,
Religious leaders play a very vital role in communities, and they are seen as moral authorities and influencers. So, with their position as religious leaders, many believe whatever they say. One, many follow their steps. Two, and many look up to them for guidance. Yes. So, as religious leaders, they possess a unique platform to raise awareness and advocate for change against human trafficking, and also advocate for rehabilitation and reintegration of those who have been trafficked. Religious leaders also play a wonderful role in making sure that people, particularly those under their pastoral care, are duly and well informed of the scourge of human trafficking and irregular migration. Religious leaders play this role to make sure that their members know the dangers. You know, these days you hear religious leaders praying, oh, you will travel abroad, God will bless you, your destiny is not here in Nigeria. Well, very true. But then you should be able to give the people the implications therein, and also tell them give them the right information and tell them the truth. But these days, yesterday, very fortunately or unfortunately, yesterday I had a meeting with some people, and because of the meeting was this, I'll share. Somebody was trafficked. The person was in the entourage of a pastor that traveled abroad on apostolic invasion. I use the word apostolic in quotes. And when they got to the country, the person was told, handed over to somebody to guide. So the person he was handed over to gave him the guidelines to follow with regards to what to do, why you are here, where to go, where not to go, and all that. So they began the journey. And the guy said, I'll use a guy because the person is not actually a guy. The guy said that he was made in the first week to go through a bitter experience. And he was told that he cannot make noise and he cannot communicate with home, because any wrong information he gives now will dent the image of the daddy Geo. So I asked him, how did you return? He now said he got to a Catholic church and asked to speak with a priest. So the priest he spoke with was a Nigerian priest. And the first question the priest asked him was, where are you from? He said Edo State. So immediately he said Edo State. The priest wrote it on our platform. So when I saw the news, I didn't know this thing would come back to me. So the priest connected him to another group of people that helped him to return. And those people now gave him my phone number. So he called and wants to see me. And yesterday he appeared in the office. When he appeared, I looked at him. I said, "Oh, you are the one you were talking about?" He said, "Yes." And that he's hiding now because the person that took him there is angry that he has returned, and because they have spent millions taking him there. So I said, this person didn't tell you the implication of what you were doing or what they were doing to you? He said, no. So you see, religious leaders, they play, many trust in religious leaders so much. Trust, you see, trust is very key. They trust religious leaders so much. So they come and they abandon themselves to you. Mothers will come and tell you, "Oh, daddy, please, I know you can help my son and my daughter. I know you can help my child." And so now we take advantage of that. We take advantage of that situation and begin to feed on them. Now, this is the sheep, and the shepherd that's supposed to be the guide becomes a wolf. So that's for some. But we also want to congratulate and thank religious leaders who have taken it upon themselves to always caution their members and also save their members. Save their members. I worked in one place not too long ago where a mother brought her 2 children and said, "Father, pray for them." I said, "How are they? What's happening?" She said, "Pray for them. They want to enter road so that God will lead them." I said, "Okay, Mama, go outside. Leave them for me. Go outside." So the woman went outside. I said to them, "Don't go." They said, "Father, we are suffering and things are not working for us." God so kind, I was running a sponsored program in the office to train people on skills and empower them. So I said, "Don't go. I will train you. What do you want to learn?" One said tailoring, the other one said mechanic. I said, "I will train you." So the one with mechanic, I took him immediately to my mechanic, where he will be free next year, January. This thing happened about 3 years ago. The young man will be freed next year, January. The one with tailoring, I handed him over to our tailoring consultant to take over this person, help. And you see, their mother was angry. "I want my children to go abroad. What are you doing to me? I want them to go abroad. Maybe their mates are abroad." You see, I would have taken advantage of that situation and tell their mother, "Sow seed." Men of God, some religious leaders will tell, "Sow seed." If you sow seed, the magnitude the magnitude of seed you sow is how God will bless you. I'm so ashamed of this situation. It's how God will bless you. The magnitude of seed you sow is how God will bless you. And you see, many will rush in, they'll go sow seed and want to send their children abroad. It's not a bad idea to travel abroad. Please don't get me wrong. But if you must travel abroad, please travel with the right skill and the right process. The informations to travel, they are there online. Go online. You want to go to Germany, go online, check out in their website, check out the information for which you want to travel. And they will give you don't know their website, go to Migrant Resource Center or go online and type Migrant Resource Center, and they will give you all the information you need instead of us jumping into becoming victims of human trafficking. Religious leaders, please, you also need to be informed of the right information to give to your members. It's not everything you spiritualize. No. It's not everything we spiritualize. Don't spiritualize everything, because morality plays a huge role, a big role in this. And so as religious leaders, you play a significant role in addressing the root cause of human trafficking and in supporting the rehabilitation or integration of members, of children, of people. One of the primary roles of spiritual leaders or religious leaders, one of the things they can contribute to fight against human trafficking is by using their pulpit for the right information. You see, where you declare, I declare, death will not come to you. I declare you will prosper. I declare you will go far. I declare you will rise above your enemies. Everybody will shout amen. Please use that same pulpit to declare that human trafficking is dangerous. Use that same pulpit to declare that human trafficking can end a whole family. Yes. Yesterday night or this early morning, 12:01, I was seeing a video on Facebook of a young boy on the sea who came online. I was shouting, hey, we don't die, you, our boat don't capsize. I was asking myself, I saw people's comments on that page. Somebody said, who sent you message? Others said, you're on your own. And I was asking myself, how did we get to this point? Did this place, I believe, wait, religious leaders now, it's not only pastors, so please, native doctors are religious leaders. Those who practice African traditional religion, you are religious leaders too. That's why I must give kudos to the Oba of Benin, who said no shrine should accommodate people coming in to swear that they want to travel abroad and all those, or what's not. We must learn to become a voice to end human trafficking. Now, when you preach about the moral and ethical imperative to combat modern slavery, you can inspire your members to take action and become involved in anti-trafficking initiatives. You can inspire them because you have giving them the right information. They will become a voice to also give that same information to their friends, to their loved ones. Today, youth work with information, and this mouth-to-mouth, face-to-face information is very, 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 very potent and strong among our youth. Somebody can just right now update. Everybody will just go there. What's up? And say, I get update for China. And everybody will begin to give us the updates. He will just put price tag. And you see people paying. Why? They are desperate. I worked in one church where I used to do this. I would just write update, guys, gather. And you see these guys and ladies, they will be coming to my page. They will gather, say, guys, today, they fight for so place, so they for one person. You see, anybody who know that person, who get the information, once they give me, they will begin to share the information. So from my room, I can get the information of who that person is, where the person came from, what transpired that led to that accident or that attack. So I use that platform to begin to talk to boys and girls in the streets. Religious leaders can also initiate activities like football games, cooking competitions, interactions to help end human trafficking. But when you do all these interactions there, you bring in experts to talk to your youth, to talk to your church members, to talk to people. I went to a church to do a sensitization on human trafficking, and the pastor told me, Father, 3 minutes. What? I said, 3 what? He said, 3 minutes. I said, I'm not talking. Let's drop the microphone and leave. So church members now said, talk. So I started talking. And 3 minutes turned to about 30 minutes. I was detailed in the informations I was giving to them. To the point that when people started approaching, I waited. They started approaching me to say, Father, thank you. This was the step I was taking. And this is what you have just said. Please, I'm stopping it. So religious leaders, you play primary role And religious leaders can also collaborate with local and national authorities, as well as non-governmental organizations, to disseminate information and resources within their community about human trafficking. I remember I went to one village to talk about human trafficking, and the youths of the community sent me out of their community. They asked me to leave, and they escorted me. They made sure that I left. Why? They said, even though people die, they will still go. So I took another opportunity and prepared other tactics, and I entered again. The next time I entered with people from that village. Yes, and we were able to coerce many. I use the word coercion because information they have, but they were still bent on going. So we had to find another method to make sure they didn't go. Today, that community opened a skill acquisition center where many of the youth of that community were trained. We supplied the manpower for the training. We were trained, and many of them are doing so well in that community. You know, information is key. Information is key. Religious leaders also need to be informed. You see many have Android phone. They have their phones. But what you do with your phone, I don't know. You should learn to read. It's not about the Bible. Even the Bible spoke against irregular migration, human trafficking. The people of Israel were in Egypt under Pharaoh, slavery. Because God was against human trafficking, he sent Moses to come and liberate them. That's why when it was time, he said, Pharaoh, let my people go. He was hell-bent on not letting them go. The liberation came. See, religious leaders need to be well informed. Read up. Attend seminars. If you are invited, go. Don't give excuse. Don't delegate somebody. Don't send your youth leader. Go yourself. Go and learn. Go and talk about it. Go and listen. Then come back and tell your people. Religious leaders, you play a beautiful role in the community. So if they call you daddy sir, daddy Geo sir, pastor sir, father sir, then you should be available to get the right information to give to your members. I met a pastor who lost a son who took the road. And he said, Father, I'm ashamed of talking about it. He said because he was desperate. He said he was desperate. That's why he allowed the son to go. Desperation. I said, now it has happened to you. Will you allow someone else to send the child on that journey? He said, never. Never. Information is key. Thank you very much, Obey. Let me leave you for other questions.
Father, this has been very, very interactive. And I'm going back to what we said at the beginning, practical steps. And you have really explained citing very relatable examples to all these practical steps that you have taken and some of the cases you have tackled. I just want to reiterate some of the points that you raised here. That just like religious leaders would use the pulpit to declare, I shall not die, I shall live. I am the head and I'm not the tail. In the same way, we can have declarations from the pulpit. Human trafficking is evil. Do not involve yourself in human trafficking. For me, that's a strong takeaway from here. if we begin such declarations and people move from the pulpit and it moves into homes, that's one major way of combating human trafficking. Thank you so much, Father, for that. Then you talked about religious leaders that they need the right information. Some with the right information, talk to your people, because we have learned that our people trust religious leaders. Father, you remember the case where we had this case in Naptiv? Naptiv told us two fake reverend sisters that just went to a village and they told the women, bring your children and we will train them for you. That issue of trust. They just saw people dressed in religious habits and they trusted like that. So our people are very low. As much as we are talking about this, our people are very low on information. And so the role of religious leaders is very key. Whilst we are talking about that, Father, I want us to link what you have said, because you have also told us, you went on to talk about collaboration. The church can collaborate, they can organize programs, football matches, anything to disseminate information. They can collaborate with non-governmental organizations, they can collaborate. So that's another major takeaway from here. Now, how does human trafficking, this human trafficking now, affect MSMEs? Because this our webinar is also a place where we talk about, and we talk to our MSMEs, we talk about our young business people, we talk to entrepreneurs. You know why I'm asking this question, Father? Once we had some returnees that returned and we had fixed them up in different trades that they were doing, I took some to the welder's shop where we were doing welding that then. And the guy I took there, he looked at their teacher. He look. He said, Oga, you don't know me. Oga, you don't know me. Now maybe that guy went get that big welding shop for New Benin side. I sell everything I enter road. I sell everything I enter road. I remember another one. We told them to come and do a refresher course in tailoring. And she said, "What you now want tell me na madam before. I get guests when they sew under me. I sell everything I enter road." You see what we are talking about? We are talking about development of the MSME sector. And we have this other very young, bright minds, some of them who have established, like these two cases I just shared with you, but they chose to sell off everything by themselves, gave the money to traffickers. They gave the money to somebody who trafficked them. At that time, they didn't know it was trafficking. Like we said, they thought it was help. But immediately they cross, they know what happens to them. So let us link all this we have talked about to our MSMEs and to our young people.
You know, our young people today, one thing I will say is I will use the word desperation. Desperation. Many don't want to learn, and it's affecting small and medium scale businesses. Many don't want to learn. For those who are willing to learn, they are in a hurry to make it big. They are in a hurry to make it fast, and it is affecting the growth of business. Let me tell you this. As an expert in SIYB training, I have encountered youths who asked me two questions, mainly two questions that always come up. One of them is, Father, what do I do to grow my business? And the first thing I tell them is, learn. Learn from those who have gone through this same field. Learn, know their mistakes, and try not to repeat their mistakes. The second one is technology Technology these days is becoming key to help businesses grow. Go and learn the technological part of this. Take, for instance, mechanical engineering these days. It has gone past the spanner and screwdriver parts. Why those ones are still relevant? They are beginning to employ what they call the computerized system that will help them with diagnosis of what's wrong with the vehicle. Medicine has gone past the age of in a hurry or immediately let's go for operation. These days they don't even do the tier. Some medical experts don't tier to operate anymore. They can just give you a drug or they'll put you through a procedure. Not 100% you go into the rush into the theater. Time is evolving, and so if you want to end human trafficking, at least to barest minimum, we must encourage small and medium scale businesses. Now, how do we encourage this? Young men and women should have the zeal to grow their business. Two ways. One, learn a business, learn a skill. This morning, I was talking to a young girl about using social media to advertise her business. And she said, everybody is doing it. And I said, do yours differently. Do yours differently. One Oga of a mechanic workshop told me, he said, Father, in the next 10 years, we will not be able to have young boys in mechanic workshop anymore. Because people are not ready to learn. They want to make quick money. So you see, as religious leaders, we must encourage the growth of young, small businesses. We must encourage young boys and girls to learn skills. Or not just encouraging them to learn skills, but also empowering them and also patronizing them. I cannot remember buying already made sandals in the last 6 years of my life or 7 years of my life, because I was privileged to pay agreement for people who went in to start learning how to make sandals. Some I didn't pay for them. I encouraged them to go and learn a skill, and they chose to go and learn that. And today, they are doing wonderfully well. Almost every 4 months, I get a pair of sandals or shoe. They will make it and bring. Why? You encourage them. And I don't just take and wear. As I wear, I advertise it. People ask me, where did you get this from? I said, this is the phone number of the person. Call the person can do it for you. And I know how many businesses I have encouraged with that. Pastors, we must learn to encourage small businesses. And because of this cry and zeal to travel abroad, many just fail to remember that the skill you have is what will sell you abroad. Your skill is what they will look out for, not your face, not your height. Your skill. Who they look at your face again for this world? It is what you have to bring to the table. It's what you have to bring to the table. That's what many will look out for. I met a young boy in the US some time ago, and the young guy had a challenge. The challenge was he has a skill, but doesn't know how to sell his skill so that people will patronize him. So when he approached me and said, Father, this is my problem. He's a Nigerian. I said, it's not a problem at all. Do you go to church? He said, yes. I said, does the church do tea after mass? He said, yes. I said, go and meet your priest and tell your priest that you want to advertise your products in church, not inside the mass, at the tea hall. Just put it there. He said, are you sure? Because these people seem to be so proud. I said, your head is already helping you to deceive you that they will not advertise, they will not patronize you. So this is what we did. I went to that church to join for mass, and I told him, bring your product. So I approached the priest to say, Father, we have this Nigerian guy who lives in your community here, and he has this product that he does so well that he wants people here to know about. Oh, the priest said, wow, that's good. Bring it, bring it, bring it. So we advertised it in the tea hall. And when we got to the tea hall, I took microphone and I said, we have a young boy here who makes hand fan. He makes sandals. He makes shoes. And some of you pay a lot to get these things come from Nigeria for you. And some of you sell these things here in the US. He can produce for you and you sell. He can produce for you and even put your label, your own label. He will not put his label. He just wants to produce and make sure his products are out there. And when I was done talking, some of them approached him to say, oh, how much is this? Where is this? Where do you produce from? And he said it's his factory. He produced from his factory. But the main thing is that the products are available. So, okay, I want to book for 4. I want to book for 2. How much? And he sold up what we brought to church. We sold up. Then he got contacts. Young boys and young girls must be willing to use their skill. See, nobody can tell me that he's not gifted in one thing or the other. While I was in training in seminary, I was trained to be a book binder. See, book no display for my front. Anywhere I am, I can easily just let me see that the book is going bad. I just need glue to work on it. Let me see that I don't see paper flying around. It is useful. You just learn something. Learn something. Everyone learn something. We have gone past the era of people pushing you away. We've gone past that era. We've gone past that era. The era we are now is the era where everybody is willing and ready to learn something great. So let us all dispose ourselves. Okay, I'll leave this point before I let Obey come in. As MSMEs, we must all remember that everything about you is special. You see, this issue of migration is beautiful. In fact, the world wants to see you. The world wants to hear you. I can comfortably say this, that any country you enter, anybody you see that says he's a citizen today was a migrant yesterday. But what kept that person in that country is the skill and knowledge that he has. The skill and knowledge that you have. What can keep you in a country is the skill and the knowledge that you have. What can make you in a country is the skill and the knowledge that you have. What can sell you to the world is the skill and the knowledge that you have. What can make people know you is the skill and knowledge that you have. What can make people keep you? What can make nations keep you is the skill and the knowledge that you have. Sincerely speaking, the skill and the knowledge that you have. That's why I must encourage pastors and men of God to always encourage your members. Encourage your members. Today, I'll be meeting with children. And my meeting with children at 4 p.m. is to talk about, to show the first about human trafficking, regular migration, SGBV, then to ask them to learn their skills, to learn skills. Holidays here, parents should skill up their children to be able to be useful. And somebody is asking me, what skills do the children learn? Catering. The simplest of catering, how to boil water. The simplest of all of them. Boil water first. Then you go and cook Indomie. Let's test your Indomie. Do they like eating Indomie? Fry egg. It's simple. Take needle and thread and sew your cloth. Just to start from that little. Then those who want to learn computing, coding, the teacher will come in tomorrow. And just start something. Many people just give up on youths and young people. Me, I don't give up on anybody anymore. If anybody has given up on you, please, I have not given up on you. Don't give up on yourself. Your business can grow if only you are willing and ready to learn from those who have made mistakes and then learn from their mistakes to better yourself. Thank you very much. Obey, can we?
Padre, this has been very, very, very engaging, especially as we spread our tentacles and we have involved all our MSMEs, and as it is also one of your areas of expertise and you have showed us. Father, I just want to reiterate some of the points. And you said, what will make anyone keep you? Your skills and your knowledge. What will make nations keep you? Your skills and your knowledge. And that everyone can learn something. Then you started this other part by saying that when MSMEs come to meet you and you ask two questions. What do I do to grow my business? And you tell them, invest in technology. Business don't pass like they talk, came in shop. You shade things here, only your primary customers. We are now in that age where you can grow. But first and foremost, you have to subject yourself to learn something. Then you capped it just now by saying that do not give up on yourself. And I think that is something that we need to maybe speak more about before we continue, how people should not give up on themselves. Our present day country, we have a lot of challenges and people want to run away. We have seen the Jackpot syndrome. We have seen that even those who have said that they have run away, some have run away and they have met another set of challenges that they were not prepared for. We talked about getting right information before you move. Come to Genius Hub, we will give you right information. Migrant Resource Center, GIZ, JDPC Benin City, all other stakeholders. We have the right information to give you to avoid people who are getting stranded. Father also talked about our some holiday programs, and I'm very excited, I'm very glad to say to us that we are not left behind, that Genius Hub has jumped right into that. We have our summer classes and they are very engaging, where children can come and learn skills. They should learn how to boil water. Learn how to boil water first and foremost, then they can begin to learn skills. So at Genius Hub, we have our classes ongoing for product design, UX, UI, web design, graphic design. What is very beautiful about our own program is the approach with which we are doing it. We have life skills, we have mental health and psychosocial support, and we have games and movie time for the children. We show them a movie, we allow them to interact, and they tell us lessons that they are learning from such movies and how they are going to apply such um, lessons. We have a very conducive environment where children can play and learn because it is holiday time. And so we're asking you to bring your children to our Benin office, to our Lagos office, where these classes are currently going on. We have those who want to learn photography, video editing, they are in their own sections. We have those who are learning tailoring, they are in their own sections. And we have those who are in the ICT class. So we have all this running for us. I think network has logged father out. I don't know whether he will be able to join us. I don't know if he's backstage. Please, media, can our summer school flyers begin to scroll? Summer school, begin to scroll. We have spoken a lot today about human trafficking, and Father has shared with us a lot about the work he is doing personally and as a religious leader. He has also encouraged those who are using the pulpit for right information, not just for right information, also for reintegration and reintegrating those who have been in that sector. And many religious leaders are doing very well. But we also have those who need to join. Enough of, oh, I see your future abroad. There's nothing wrong in seeing anybody's future abroad. It is a beautiful future. But what is wrong in it is the way you encourage this person to go about it. We have always advocated that migration is a choice, and migration brings about development. And so we are very happy to have had this section with Reverend Father Benedict today as he shared his personal journey and experience, even up to our business and all we can do. Father, I don't know if Father can still join us so that we quickly wrap. So whilst we are trying to round up, at Genius Hub, we do not only carry out awareness about the dangers of irregular migration and human trafficking, we are on ground offering economic opportunities that are available to us and around us. We are also very big on mental health and psychosocial support, tackling the in our reintegration process, because it is not enough for our people to come back and they have something doing. We have these cases of trauma where we have to deal with the trauma and how they have to move on and become the better versions of themselves. Where that their story, the messed up story, can become their message. Where they can employ the power of pain. Pain can become a tool in their hands. Where pain can be transformed into power. Power for change. Power to join their voices in this fight against human trafficking, and power that can make them big industry leaders in every area that they have chosen. And so if you want to join our classes. Stay with us at Genius Hub. Okay, Media Father is backstage. Can we bring him in now? So if you are just joining us, we're rounding up. We're rounding up our today's section. So we have been talking about the role of religious leaders in this issue of combating human trafficking. And we have had our guest, Reverend Father Benedict Oumbenu, who has been with us, talking to us, enlightening us, giving us very practical steps he himself has used, not just practical steps, but telling us where we should go concerning our MSMEs and everything that we have been doing. He talks about the Migrants Resource Center, where we can get right information. You can also get right information from Genius Hub and from JDPC Benin City. You can also get right information online, as Father has said. Father went on. So as we wrap now, since network will not allow us to bring Father back, we thank you, Reverend Father Benedict, for coming, for joining us. We thank all who are behind our social media platforms and everything that we are doing. We thank all those who are behind the scenes. And we'll bring you our continued webinar sessions by next week, Monday. Father Benedict, we are grateful for this time that you have shared with us. Not just your time, you have shared with us the very depths of everything that you're doing. As you turn 11 years in the priesthood on the 17th next week, we wish you all the best. That you have put into this work that you are doing. It's just unfortunate that network has locked us out. We wanted to talk about that case where you said the villagers led you out, but you re-strategized and brought back that same message. That is how rugged and dogged you are in this fight against human trafficking. Thank you. Thank you to all our team members who are behind the scene and all those who are with us today. Till we see you again next week. It is a beautiful wrap with us today. And we are encouraging all our religious leaders to use the pulpit as a tool, not just to better ourselves, even as we make declarations, but to combat irregular migration and human trafficking. And so from me, it is bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Father, and thank you, all of us.